One of the special things about having a YouTube channel is occasionally you meet people that you grow fond of. And for us, Sarah and I met some people over in Nevada, Aurora, Nevada. We were exploring the old ghost town several years ago. I believe it was 2018. And we met a couple there. We didn't expect to see anybody there, but it was Dave and Cris. We included them in our video that we did back then. They have become friends of us, and at least one other time that I saw them, we went back over to Sparks, Nevada, where they live, and we had dinner with them, and it was a special time. It was the last time that I saw Cris. I've corresponded with Dave over the years and followed his life and some of the things that's going on in his life. Dave was a retired Nevada State Trooper. Christina was a Washoe County Sheriff's deputy assigned to the helicopter unit. She was a friend of the channel, and I'm sad to report that on September 10th, she died of cancer. So her struggle with cancer is over, leaving a grieving husband, and we wanted to pay tribute to Christina, or Cris Duc was her name. I think our kinship is rooted in the fact that we're interested in history, we're interested in the Old West history, and it was Aurora, Nevada that brought us together. And I remember one of the things that Dave was telling me is that Christina was always mentioning the fact that I mentioned in my video that it was her clues that led us to the grave of a gunslinger by the name of William Carter. And she was amused by the fact that I referred to her vague directions to find this grave. And if you've ever been to Aurora, Nevada, you have to realize it's very difficult to find graves because they're all over the place, and there's scrub brush and there's all kinds of trees that have grown up since the cemetery was established back in the 1850s and 60s. So I think Dave and Cris were a little more adventurous than us. They would go and take their car out there and they would camp in Aurora. Virtually nobody else was around them, right? So it was a great place if you want to get away and shoot your gun, those types of outings. They had a quad and they liked to explore that entire area, see what they could see. So she loved history, and I know that Dave was really in love with her, and so we grieve with him today. They loved the Highway 395 corridor and that whole beautiful section of the eastern Sierra Nevada between California and Nevada. Great place to explore, especially this time of year. Sad thing is, it was yesterday that they had her memorial service in Sparks, Nevada. This was the day that they were supposed to fly out to Kentucky. And so it's going to be a bittersweet day, but I thought if I released it on this day, Dave would find that we've honored his wife. So a little explanation of how we got to Aurora. I decided to follow GPS. Well, GPS had me go on a road that probably didn't exist as of 1950.
Right here. Hey.
Yeah.
Go forward and then back up this way.
This road that we decided to take is not much of a road at all. This road is scaring the crap out of me because it's just getting worse.
Oh, look at all the nice scrapes along the side of my car.
It's just getting worse. It's terrible. And no telling if it's going to get worse. And when we came in this really awkward way. We went out south of town between Moto Lake, and then we went up that way and almost didn't get there. There were ruts, there were giant boulders, there was sagebrush everywhere. This is what we've been dealing with for like how many miles?
Way too many.
This is like no road anymore. Just show you what kind of crap we have to go through to get here. Sarah's getting a little antsy, but I think Aurora is just over the hill. Up here, some evidence of some gold mining.
As you can see, we're in the middle of nowhere. There's
We are.
nothing here. Traveled miles into the mountains on dirt roads.
And nobody knows we're here. And then finally started getting close to it, and I could see the town site, and there was roads. The roads were disrupted by trees, and then we had these giant ruts. I had to straddle Sarah's car between these ruts and just hoping it didn't slide one way or the other. all the time Dave's watching us going, who the hell are these people and how did they come in that way? So that was our introduction to Dave. And I said, hey, I have a YouTube channel. And he kind of figured that out.
Determined not to leave on the same route they used to reach Aurora, Jeff and Sarah seek out the advice of a couple visiting the site. They learned of a better route and other locations of Aurora's sites.
I believe.
Okay.
And then the other hotel was the old courthouse, which was up
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
this hillside.
Well, you'll actually see the foundation. You can't see the foundation from the road.
Like that.
There was a schoolhouse right in here too.
I thought the schoolhouse was over
Not
here.
according to the map,
Yeah.
but
There's a whole bunch of, there's not a mine, but a well, probably 20 feet deep over there.
The hillside behind Sarah skirts the same road taken by Mark Twain to and from Carson City past the cemetery. The rocky hillside, seen here in this early photo, was blasted away in 1862 to widen and level out the road.
Good people. A lot of people put down police officers, but I'm telling you, there's more good police officers, good people, solid people out there. So support our law enforcement. I do have to say that I think Sarah was thinking this ghost town was a little more than just one wall standing, but I had researched it and I kind of knew what was there and I kind of envisioned the town the way it used to be. It was just a beautiful little, mining town from way back, and through the years, everything's been pilfered from it. Every brick's been removed. And she wasn't very happy with all the effort to get there and find out there wasn't much there.
But this is Aurora, what's left of it. Sarah's not very happy right now. Car's fine.
If my car survives, I won't hate you. But after all of that, and only that, and then that.
Yeah, but there's other things to see here.
Oh yeah, what? The sagebrush?
No, there's a cemetery we're going to go to.
So I want to read something that Dave wrote about Cris. Before I read it, I want to explain that they had a kind of a crazy wig party for Cris because she was ill and she lost her hair. The Washoe County Sheriff's Department must dispatch their helicopter over their house and paid homage to her. And Dave recorded her out there in the backyard leaning against her walker, and at the end she had this really deep emotional reaction to what happened. Understandably, when you're facing your own death, it's an emotional experience. This is what Dave wrote about Cris. Cris and I were married on June 6, 2013. A date steeped in history, easy for us to remember. Camping and fishing, Cris loved fishing, were activities that we would do frequently. We would camp near historic spots in Nevada and Eastern California, exploring the area and learning the history of it. Riding quads, side by side, and metal detecting were activities done as well. We would hike to the Sierras and went to Alaska twice. She was diagnosed with cancer in 2016. She did not let up and continued exploring and working. She medically retired in 2021. She loved the history along Highway 395 in the Mono and Inyo counties and Nevada, and also Death Valley. She really enjoyed being a grandmother to her 3 grandkids. We had a trip planned to Kentucky for some distillery tours and the local history. We were to fly out on October 12th. Damn. Time has a way of really flying by, and I didn't realize that our dinner there in Sparks was in 2021. But after I heard that she passed, I remembered that she gave me this little medallion. It's from the Washoe County Sheriff's Office helicopter squad called Raven. She gave it to me as a token of our friendship, and I found it in my drawer, and it's something I'm going to treasure. It says it's the Regional Aviation Enforcement Air Support of both Washoe County and Reno, Nevada Police Department. So that's a pretty special thing. The Washoe County Sheriff's Office issued a post on their Facebook page honoring Cris, and I want to read a statement that the sheriff wrote. Christina will always be remembered for her many contributions to this office and for the unforgettable way she inspired those around her. Her laugh was infectious, her spirit feisty, and her kindness genuine. She had a rare ability to meet people where they were, compassionate when it was needed most, yet strong and unwavering when the moment called for it. Christina was authentic in every sense, and the joy and connection she brought to our lives will never be forgotten. I also wanted to share a little bit of history. She was actually on that helicopter when it had a hard landing during the visit of Vice President Mike Pence. The hard landing was reported in the local newspaper, the Reno Gazette-Journal, and it occurred on August 27, 2018. The accident happened when the helicopter was flying above the Vice President's motorcade as it headed to Carson City for a rally on October 27th, when it noticed an unauthorized vehicle enter the interstate just ahead of the caravan, according to the Sheriff's Department. The helicopter dipped down to get a closer look at that vehicle and struck the lines, forcing it to make an emergency landing. The helicopter's rotor struck 3 lines and severed them completely, causing them to drop onto the interstate below. A couple of pictures that Dave shared with me show that Christina had a sense of humor. Look at this picture here. Here she is in front of the Old Elbow stage stop, and of course she's emphasizing her elbow. And this picture here where she's hitchhiking in front of the sign to Aurora and Hawthorne. Ever since we met, Dave's been very faithful about promoting our YouTube channels on his Facebook page, and I just want to draw attention to his YouTube channel. It's called Desert Fox Exploring. If you would like, go over and check it out and see some of the videos that he does, especially if you're into outdoors and fishing and hunting and those types of things on the eastern Sierra Nevada. You'll also see some videos there of Cris. I thought of a good way to honor Cris, and that is to show you the video where we hunted down the grave of William Carter in Aurora, Nevada, based on her very vague instructions. So if you would like to watch that video, it's going to follow this. But I want to thank you so much for honoring the life of one of the friends of our channel, a friend who won't be forgotten very quickly. Thank you so much.
On this episode of History Hunters, Jeff and Sarah continue their exploration of Aurora, Nevada, and check out the cemetery that contains the town's dead of generations past. Founded in 1860, the Nevada town of Aurora reached its peak as a mining camp in 5 short years. Swelling to an estimated population of around 5,000, Aurora quickly went bust as gold and silver tapped out. In our last episode, Jeff and Sarah brave a treacherous route through the desert to find the location of the former ghost town of Aurora.
In episode 17, we met a couple in Aurora who suggested how we might find the obscure yet most famous grave of the old ghost town. Clues offered by a woman named Cris were vague. Look for a burn pit, search in an area far from the main cemetery, and for a pedestal knocked on its side. But that's all we had to go on. Sarah was sure if we could trace her footsteps, then we'd find the grave of gunslinger William Carter.
This is the old cemetery. We're gonna go over here and see if we can find some notable graves.
Graves dating back to 1860 are scattered about the hillside, most unmarked, including that of Aurora's first homicide victim, David Weber, who was fatally shot in a March 1861 dispute over a home site.
Is this what she was talking about? It's tipped over?
This proves not to be the grave of gunslinger William Carter.
No, it's not Carter's grave. Looking specifically for the grave of Carter. Most of these graves looks like 1892. Still finding some difficulty in locating that gunslinger's grave.
There are no clues as to where Leroy Vining, namesake for the town west of Mono Lake, is buried. Vining was an early-day miner who in 1857 set up a sawmill near the town for which he's named.
We gotta find this grave fast. We loosen our daylight and we gotta get back to Mammoth tonight. There is not one hint of Sarah anywhere. Astounded that I haven't found that grave yet. Glad that I found Sarah. I thought I lost you. I thought I lost you. Yeah, but she said, remember that tipped over base? Well, if anybody's buried out here, I'd be surprised. I really want to find this grave. This is rather disturbing because I think those are pieces of human remains next to a beer bottle. Sarah is yelling to me, so I think she found it. If this grave's out here, it is somewhere not where the other graves are. You found it? Huh? Oh, you didn't? What'd you find? Oh. You were yelling to me. Oh. Okay, well.
That and I see there's big cat feet prints.
Well, that's
And
disappointing.
So then I was worried about being stalked by a mountain lion or something.
Oh, okay. I thought you found it. Oh, she said something about a burn pit.
There's a bunch of them.
Well, what we may have to do is just show you a picture of it. I know it's out here somewhere, but we can't find it. And we're history hunters.
There was a spot where there was more graves that you just don't realize are there. Maybe we have to drive.
Maybe.
There.
Oh, you didn't find the grave yet.
Well, I didn't find it, but I found a graveyard, so her footprints led right to it.
William Horner, backwards spelling N, born in 1843, died in 1875. Getting close. We found a graveyard here, but as far as the infamous Mr. Carter, don't see it anywhere. We may never find it. I see something knocked off the pedestal over here, and oh my gosh, I found it. I found the grave of Mr. William Carter. Unbelievable. That section is knocked off, and there's the grave of William Carter. William E. Carter, native of Tennessee, aged 33 years old, was assassinated in Aurora the night of December 10th, 1864. I will avenge, saith the Lord, erected by his wife, Annie. Wow. But it sounds like he maybe deserved what was coming to him. Mr. Brockman thought that his life was in peril by this guy. He decided he was going to take him out first. Well, I saw that base from over there. I was walking back. I saw the base and went, oh, that's got to be it. She even quotes scripture saying, I will avenge, saith the Lord. So, sound like she was really headed in for this guy.
Who's she?
His wife, Annie. I think he left some children too, so she was on her own at that point.
She had it in for him?
The assassin says he was assassinated in Aurora the night of December 10th, 1864.
You made it sound like she had it in for her husband.
No. So, man, how did we ever find it?
In 1867, Annie Carter married again to Philo Medley, a widower who lost his wife in a summer flash flood 3 years prior. Which brings us to another single tragedy which sent 5 bodies to this cemetery. On July 25, 1864, members of the Glenn and Medley families decided to journey to nearby Bridgeport to attend a ball. Alexander and Abby Glenn and their 3 young children, Loretta, Ella, and Roland, boarded a stage with the Medleys along with a George Weston. The stage made its way down the road between Aurora and Bodie as a summer storm flooded the road where it dips into Bodie Gulch. When the men stopped to untangle the team's reins, a quick torrent of water swept the women and children to their deaths.
What's that? Yes, you helped me find it, definitely. We're stoked, we found it, so now we can go. We got a long way home. Hope the road's not like it was coming in.
It is gonna be.
Ah,
You need a kidney belt.
literally beats you up.
We left Aurora by way of the better route to Bridgeport, not sure if we'd ever come this way again. The comfort of our lodge was a welcome sight.
All right, our day's done.
Oh God.
What did you think of it?
It was fun, but it was long.
It wasn't even fun, was it?
To a degree, we just ran out of time because we spent so much time on those roads trying to even figure out how to get there. And it's not like we could travel fast
Yeah,
without screwing up the car.
I was totally doubtful we were even going to find it.